Good morning. Today we're going to be looking at an Eco Amplifier design. It's one of the first projects we're going to complete as part of our advanced manufacturing course, and I'm just going to run through a bit of a tutorial. We'll probably do it in a couple of small videos to show you how to design, make and manufacture the Eco Amplifier. Eco Amplifier is a great project. It essentially looks at using natural materials in a parabolic shape to enhance the phone, the sound quality or music coming out of your phone. So you can simply slip your phone in the slot at the back and then it would amplify as it comes through this parabolic shape here at the front. So the first thing we're going to want to do is open up a new design. And then our new design that we want to do today in advanced manufacturing is a hybrid design, because we're going to be making a few different components. Once you've got your hybrid design, we're going to start with creating a sketch. We're going to create a sketch on the bottom surface. And the size of our sketch for today is going to be 140 by 240. So it's essentially the size of our timber is 140 to 45 radial pine. So I'm just going to press R on my keyboard for the shortcut for rectangle. I'm going to use the center point rectangle and clicking on the origin of our design, I'm going to drag it out and I'm going to want to make it 140 and pressing tab will jump to my next measurement. 140 by 240. And enter. You can see there I've now got the bottom base shape of my piece of timber. The next thing I need to do is extrude that shape. So I'm going to hit E on my keyboard for extrude. I like to then hit the home symbol in the top right hand corner, which will then give me a 3D or perspective view. And I'm going to extrude that up to 90 millimeters, which is essentially two pieces of the timber we're going to use for our Eco Amplifier. Pressing OK, you can see now I have my block. The next step I'm going to look at doing is cutting the slot in the top for our phone. And for this, we're actually going to make it a little bit bigger than our phone. Or quite a bit bigger than what the phones are, and we're actually going to do an individualized 3D print that will sit down inside that slot. So we're going to create a sketch this time on the top surface. Again, we're going to do a rectangle, so pressing R for rectangle, and I want to select the center point rectangle over here again. Anywhere on our red origin line here now, I can select and drag out a rectangle. And I want that rectangle to be substantially bigger than our phone. So I'm going to make it 90 millimeters, which is bigger than those phones. Mine's in a case at the moment, and in the case it's not even 80 millimeters. So actually 90 mil should fit in most people's phones or everyone's phone. And my phone being really fat because it's in a big folded case, is 25 millimeters. Actually it's less than 25 millimeters, it's 20 millimeters. So if we do 25, that is tab to the other measurement. By 25, we've got a really good size hole that's going to be big enough for anyone's phone. Pressing enter. You can see now I have a sketch on the top surface of my timber block, but it's blue. We never ever want to leave a blue sketch, because essentially that blue sketch is unconstrained. I can move that sketch around on my page, so I need to make sure I get that constrained. So I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to dimension this line off this line, and I want it to be 20 millimeters in from the end. Enter. And this line from this line wants to be 25 millimeters in from the end. You can see now my sketch is all black and constrained. I can't move it around. I want to extrude that sketch now through my timber block, so I'm going to press E for extrude. I'm going to click on the sketch and I'm going to cut that away down to -45. So it is going to sit halfway through my block. Okay, which is a fair way through. But when we put our 3D printed part in, it will not go quite that deep. So we're just going to put it through today to be exactly halfway through our block of timber. Next step, clicking OK, is to actually draw a sketch on the front of our block of timber. So selecting the front, this time we're going to draw a line, and we're actually going to use this little symbol over here to draw a construction line. Now that construction line, if I have my snap-on tool selected, when I get to the midpoint, it's going to come up with a little triangle. I'm going to draw a straight line from one side of my timber block across to the other. Coming up to create now, I'm going to select the ellipse tool. I'm going to turn my construction line off, and finding the origin in the middle of that line, I'm going to draw out my ellipse tool. I'm just going to pull it out till it gets to 120. And then I'm going to select the line and I'm going to lift it up, and I want the depth of my ellipse, or the radius of my ellipse, vertically to be 75. So 120 by 75, pressing enter. Now you can see my ellipse here is blue, meaning it is unconstrained. So I'm just going to put a dimension in now from this point to this point at 120 millimeters, and that's going to make it go black, meaning I cannot move it around. Okay, our next step, finish sketch. I'm going to come up to this construction tool and I'm going to create an offset plane. Now the plane I'm going to offset is this surface. And basically I want to create a plane that is on the back of this cutout. So I'm just going to put it in at -20, because the back of this block, or the back of the cutout for the phone, is 20 millimeters in. Clicking OK. Wonderful. Now I'm going to create a sketch on this plane, not on the back of the box, on the plane that I just created. And when I'm doing this, you could actually hit this slice tool and it would slice the back of the box away so you can see a little bit what you're doing. Okay, now I want to project, so P for projection, and I have a construction line here that I want to project through to the back of that box. So I'm just going to do that, and you can see it comes through as a purple projection. Pressing OK. Now I want to create an ellipse, and my ellipse is going to be on the midpoint. If I hit that smack bang in the middle, I can find my midpoint, and I'm going to come across this time. We want to make sure we pick up the speakers of any phone. Now my speakers on the back of my phone are 50 millimeters, take up about 50 millimeters from the center, like in total. So I'm just going to put that in today at 70. Now that'll cover anyone's phone they want to put in this device, but it will also allow for the 3D printer component to fit in nicely into the back of the box. Clicking there, I want to make it 8 millimeters high. We want it to be pretty skinny and pretty narrow. So 8 millimeters high, pressing enter. I'm going to get an ellipse now on the back, on that, in the middle of my box. It's actually not on the back profile, it's in the middle. And now I'm going to do something called a loft. So I'm just going to select the loft here. I'm going to select my front profile sketch, and I'm going to select, if I turn my body off, I'll be able to select both parts of that back profile sketch. I could then turn my body back on. And really, really important is this operation here must be a cut. So we must have that operation as a cut. Pressing OK, you can see now I have got a cutout going back through my box all the way back to where the phone is going to sit. Okay, and that's the first part of our design.